we have this sick web app for drafting FAB, and I figured I'd like to kind of commentate my picks a little bit. I don't have a lot of experience drafting this. We did a few test drafts before this, but I thought it would be fun to try it out. And I think the way this this client is working is actually really, really good. So I'm really hyped to show this here. Okay, so pick one. Invoke Tomo. Oh my god. Okay, so actually this Invoke Tumulti is a bug. It shouldn't be in there because it's a rainbow foil invoke. But we see Invoke Tumulti. I think we try to force it, honestly. I think Brothers in Arms is technically the best pick to say open. It's a good sideboard card. But I'm a Timmy, so I take Big Dragon. Okay. So what can we see here? Player on our left picked a Dromai card. Ugh. That's a bad signal. I think we're going to try and stay open a little bit more. We're not going to pick the Billowing Mirage. It's not the best card anyway. I'm thinking of Engulfing Flame Wave and Breaking Point. And I'm leaning more towards Engulfing Flame Wave for now. Just because of the power level of this card. What I kind of like doing right now is just pick the best card in the pack a couple of times. And then see where it goes. In this draft format, we can kind of one sec. Player on our left picked a rare. And once again a Dromai card. So we're seeing a Hard Force from Jamie probably on Dromai. And I think I'm going to try and avoid him, sadly. So my Tumulti will probably not see play here. I think I'll be taking the yellow Engulfing Flame Wave because it's a force block. Heat Wave is also nice, but I think equipments are not a very high priority right now. Yeah, let's go for Engulfing Flame Wave. And yeah, so basically what I'm doing is like, I check the slots. The first three cards are generics, then there's an equipment, then there's two rares, a foil, and two of each class, and a random class card. So in this pack, we see they mostly pick the generics here. And one random class card, so we don't get any information off of that. Raise Up is decent, at the very least. It's another Ender. And right now we don't really need to force blues yet, so I think going for Raise Up is great. I feel like Fi is actually wide open at the moment. But slowly Fi cards are getting picked. So like we see a ninja card missing here. We see an equipment, a generic missing, and we see, I think, the one more random card. But because of the order of the cards, it's probably Dromai. This also is something that we might need to shuffle around a bit more. Two generics. One rare missing. Transmogrify is still in. Could be kind of big. Got some blues. We could go for a 3-block blue or for a high damage blue. I think we go for the 3-block blue here. And our deck is shaping up pretty well right now. I like Rapid Reflex because there's no real defense reactions in this set that we need to take into account. Rebellious Rush is arguable, but I think we have enough high-costed cards. I want to say as low to the ground as possible for draft for Fi. Liquefy is not amazing. Dust Runner Outlaw is also not amazing. I could go for the Slippers, but I prefer trying to get the Arcane Barrier feat. So we'll just stay in Dust Runner Outlaw for now. Mounting Anger versus Soaring Strike Blue or Slippers. I like Mounting Anger more because +1 is actually damage, whereas Soaring Strike usually doesn't actually add much. Quelling Sleeves. The alternative for Quelling Sleeves is Heat Wave, and we would like to have Heat Wave. Some extra options in blue is always good, I think. Brother in Arms blue is not something I'm looking for, so we go for the Rebellious Rush blue. And I feel like we're actually really heavy on blues right now. I'm not that interested in Soaring Strike. We'll probably go for the yellow Rebellious Rush just to get some more damage in. And yeah, we could hate draft this. This is a blue 3 block. I think I'll go for that. And I think this draft is going pretty decent. We had the read that Jamie... Wait. No, wait, it's Joe that forced Icelander. I really hate facing either Ice Veins, so we take that one out. Wait, from which side do I get cards? I think I'm passing. No, I'm passing down. I'm passing to Joe and getting from Jamie. Yeah. No? Yeah, I'm passing down. Yeah, we're expecting Jamie to be on Dromai. And we don't really have many other reads right now. We do know Dromai isn't very open on this side. On this side, what kind of signals did we send? I mean, we also didn't send much Dromai signals. So I think we were sending a lot of Icelander signals here. We have 60 seconds to review our pack. Well, this is not going to be in. This is not going to be in. This is a sideboard card against Icelander. It's not amazing, but it's okay. We have a high amount of blues. We would really like some more red zero cost go against. And yeah, it's a decent deck so far. The Engulfing Flame Waves put a lot of pressure on the opponents. We might even want to go for a bit of a higher, a more blue dense version of the Phi deck. And we open a Flameskull Furnace, what the hell? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I guess we take those. Yeah. I don't know if Flameskull Furnace is actually great in Phi, but it does help with a lot of like smaller, like kind of awkward hands where you just draw full red. And obviously 2 block. What's not to like about this, right? We just snap pick this. And once again in pack 2, we have to pay attention a little bit to what picks are going to stay open here. So we can now see what Joe is drafting. And I think our intuition was that Joe is drafting Icelander, and once again, there's an Icelander common missing. Foil Rewind going to be passing through. Red Hot is playable for us, but we would rather have Breaking Point in that case. Brand with Cinder Claw, however, is something that we're looking for. Do we need payoffs? Currently, I'm not sure if we do need payoffs. I feel like we need more starters at the moment. I think it's more disciplined to take Brand with Cinderclaw for that purpose. But I might be wrong on this. So now we have some blues to conform. It's not very important for us. Lots of Icelander cards. So I'm not sure what Joe is picking here. Seems like there's a generic missing, there's a rare missing, so I assume those must have been higher priority picks. Either Ice Vein is a very high priority pick for Icelander though, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Must have been a really good card here. And then we will go for, I think we're missing too many starters to go for the 3 block. No, we still go for the 3 block. It's just a little bit more flexible than a normal starter. We have a couple of blue starters. We have Mounting Anger as a starter. And we have Tide Flippers. Rise from the Ashes is also great. I think we go Mounting Anger just to have a few more starters. And we're looking like we're going to be a more blue-heavy 5 deck. Which is fine. Yeah, definitely take the Brand with Cinderclaw over Lava Vein Loyalty here. Once again, we are mostly looking for starters, so Brand with Cinderclaw is the perfect pick for that. Breaking Point and Rise from the Ashes are very, very good cards here. And Lava Vein Loyalty as well. But like, we can't guarantee having like a card to start our combat chain with, so we should probably go for Brand with Cinderclaw. Cinderskin Devotion. I think we take the Heat Wave here. We're not looking for more 2 costs. Cinderskin Devotion is a good card. It blocks for 3. It's a good card as second on the chain, because if we do like a red starter into Cinderskin Devotion, pitch a blue for that, and weapon, we can still get a Phoenix Flame out. That's pretty efficient juice. So probably go for Heat Wave here, because I'm not expecting to find another Heat Wave. Think, oh, Ice Binds are still open here. I think Rising Resentment yellow or Rise Up. Fight is super open in this draft. I think we want Rise Up, but I'm not sure. Do we want Rise Up? We don't have enough Phoenix Flame grabbers at the moment to actually make good use out of Rise Up. Actually, I think Rising Resentment is correct here. And I think this time around we will go for the red Cinderskin Devotion, because we like reds over yellows. And this is a good 3 block. Once again, good second card in the chain. And now we're kinda starting to whiff. We don't need the Quelling Robe. We'll go for the Soaring Strike, I think. Critical Strike is also an option. Just add more blues. Everything else is not great. Oasis Respite, maybe? Yeah, I like it. Just have some more options against Icelander. Rising Resentment blue over Brand with Cinderclaw. Yeah, for sure. Trade in, Rapid Reflex. Okay. And our deck is pretty much complete. We would like to have a few more starters, cheap red starters. Our cost base is pretty high, so we would like to get that a little bit lower by adding a lot more low-cost red cards to start. These rapid reflexes are not all going to be in our decks, so we have a couple of blue Oasis Respites in case we face Icelander, and we still need the feet equipment, the leg equipment. I think we don't have many payoffs so far, so Breaking Point is a good option. Vex is a good Phantasm block though. And maybe that's correct. I like Breaking Points here, because we don't have many Enders at the moment. And I don't think we care enough about Dromai. Scar for Scar is a solid card. Golfing Flame Wave. Everything is so costed. It's kind of scary. Scar for Scar does not help us with starting Draconic Chain Links. Not a huge fan of this. Still don't have anything to grab Phoenix Flames. I'm thinking Golfing Flame Wave actually, and then going a little bit heavier on the heavy cost cards. This is not a good starter though, if you don't have enough bits for it. It's okay. It's a yellow. We can pitch it away if we need to. Rise from the Ashes blue. Lava Fang Loyalty blue. Engulfing Flame Wave blue. I think I'll go for Engulfing Flame Wave blue, because either you pitch it as a blue, or you have two blues in hand, and you can just use one of those blues to play Engulfing Flame Wave, which still puts on a lot of pressure. Heat waves are wheeling a lot, so maybe we shouldn't have picked it last time, but of course we wouldn't know. I think Rising Resentment just to start off the chain a little bit more easily. And now we're stuck. That's unfortunate. We still need Slippers though, so that's fine. Healing Bomb and Citro of Protections are good ice sideboard cards when they go second. So that's an option, but I think we just take the equipment that's going to be good against anyone. And we have more blues that we really didn't need. So we go for Sigil, I think. Just have more sideboard cards. We don't need more blue cards. Thunderscan Devotion, fine card. Blaze Headlong is a good follow-up card. We don't need the other cards. Yeah. Maybe we need to hate pick now. I'll take the Aether Ice Vein away. And run in Renegade. All of the other cards are very not relevant, so just do this. Soaring Strike. I'll take the Ice Bind away. Don't care if they take Singes. I'll take a Strategic Planning just in case against Vice. And does this matter? Not really. Okay. So I'm honestly not that happy with this deck because like we don't have a lot of ways to grab Phoenix Flames, so don't remember if we had Rise Up or not. If we had Rise Up, we probably should cut Rise Up. Although it's a 5-for-1 Dominate. 5-for-1 Dominate is okay. I think we were already past our last pick, so we might as well just review. Yeah, Furnace. Pretty good card. We did have a Rise Up, but we actually have 0 ways, I think, to grab the Rise Up. To grab the Phoenix Flames, so it's just a 5-for-1 Dominate. Breaking Point is obviously a good finisher. Rapid Reflex actually doesn't get a lot of use in our deck, because the on-hit won't really push anything through, it's just damage. So I probably run the blue. I'm not sure about the other cards. These are just hate drafts. Can add some tokens. Oh. Not sure why this is moving around like this. Use my turn. Okay. And sadly, we couldn't play our Invoke Tumulti, but that's okay. It's not supposed to be in a pack anyway, because it's a foil. So let's take out all of the sideboard cards first. I think. What are we looking for? We're trying to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since we have Flameskull Furnace, we can be a little bit greedier with like the blues, but not an awful lot greedier. I think we just go for the standard 8 blues. A good formula in general, so let's go for that. And we take out the worst blue being Rebellious Rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's sort the pitch. 8. We can take out some yellows. Starters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take out some yellows, I think. Take out the yellow Rapid Reflex, Rebellious Rush. Trying to lower the curve as much as possible. And I think I want to keep these few yellow starters in here. Can take Breaking Points as a sideboard card, because it's not amazing against Icelander. Do we even need 3 Phoenix Flames? There's actually no value in multiple Phoenix Flames in our deck. I think there's an argument to go 1 even, but I think 2 is the safer option. And I think this is a solid build for our deck. So we ended up playing 1 game and I'm playing against Dromai. I let Dromai go first. I won a die roll. I think second is better as Fi, so that you can instantly pressure out all of your opponent's cards whenever they need to block after you end up going aggro onto them, and they're coming in with a Doombreaker Senpai and one Ashwing. I choose to pitch for the Helios Mitre here, because Helios Mitre generally is just a very inefficient block, and this was a good way to get my Phoenix Flame out of my hand. As you might have seen earlier, I had 30 cards in my deck, but 5 of those were not actually cards. Those were like equipments, and for some reason 5 adult tokens were also in there, so I had to add a few more cards. I accidentally added a third Phoenix Flame again, which I really didn't need, because this deck actually really doesn't do anything with Phoenix Flames. But it was an interesting picture anyway. So we draw up our hand, we find a blue, 2 blues, and a Mounting Anger, so we can easily reach the 4th chain link once again, and it's definitely going to output like, what is it, 12 damage this hand, so that's a pretty solid hand in general. So we're going through the routine of like Mounting Anger, or attack, weapon, play another attack, then get our Phoenix Flame back for free, and we're just outputting a lot of damage in general. They are already forced to block with Rake the Embers over here, so that's good for us. That's a pretty inefficient block. We have Mounting Anger now, so on hit we get to banish 1 and +1, which is pretty strong, because basically it hits for 5 in that case, and we definitely can get the Phoenix Flame for free, and afterwards we could consider keeping Rising Resentment for free. In the end, I opt not to do that. I definitely got Phoenix Flame in my hand. I'm just considering which card do I want to have banished with a +1, and I choose for the Phoenix Flame. Phoenix Flame will hit them in the face just to be a little bit more efficient, and then I'm planning to send the Rising Resentment to their Ashwing just to keep their board as small as possible, to keep like their chance of coming back as small as possible. And they're already at 10, so deck's doing pretty well. Wonder what they can do to swing back on this turn, and they swing back with a Phoenix Flame for 0. So I'm not forced to block. This hand is okay. I think this hand looks like something that will start off with a Phoenix Flame, then the Cinderskin Devotion, a weapon, and another Phoenix Flame. It's not amazing, it's okay. But since we're going to send 2 Phoenix Flames to them, it also does look like it's a turn for the Heat Wave. So we see that they have 2 Ashwings to clear, so we could send the first Phoenix Flame at the Ashwing and maybe the last Phoenix Flame at the Ashwing as well. So not outputting an awful lot of damage this turn, only like 4+3 to their face, but we're clearing his board and that's also fine. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a blue in this hand. Having a blue would be great, but sometimes you just don't draw blues. I think, I wonder if there's a good play with the Furnace here. Nah, doesn't seem like it. So yeah, we're just going to throw a 3 at them, try to conceal as much information as we can while doing so, and then following it up with the Cinderskin Devotion at their face, as well as a Phoenix Flame at one of the dragons. They have an Oasis Respite, so they're going to be healing up by 1, and are still going down to 7, keeping a 2-card hand. I'm a little bit afraid of an Embermaw Senpai, but It's not the end of the world if they do have it. It's okay. So, yeah. Next hand is 3 blues. However, one of those blues is the Rebellious Rush blue that we purposely added to our deck because it's a blue that also outputs damage, and that actually ends up being very useful in these cases where you draw multiple blues. They develop as a sigil of protection, so we try to order our turn in such a way that they have to block like inefficiently or something in order to not get their sigil popped. So we try to hit them for 1 here, for example, but like you also still need to make a turn, right? So after baiting out the quell, we just choose to hit him in the face with a Searing Ember Blade, and I chose to pitch the Rebellious because it just works out better with the cost, and also makes it so that if we draw something next turn, I'm still considering whether or not I want to arsenal this card. In that case, I would rather have the cheaper one because I'm not always going to draw more blues, right? At the end phase, they choose to make a dragon with their what's it called, sash, and I could have killed it with my remaining blue card in arsenal, but I opted not to, just to get a bigger turn on the next turn. And they're just coming in with a scar for a scar and a 1, which is fine. We're not in danger at all, so we can just take everything. Once again, another double blue hand, but this time around it actually works out great because we have the, what's it called again, Engulfing Flame Waves, which is always pretty strong. Having the yellow one hitting for 4 with an on-hit threat is going to be a really big part of this turn. And I'm just counting a little bit about with the costs and such. So I think, for example, the one in Arsenal costs 1, then we have a 2 costs on our weapon, then we have another 2 costs on our Engulfing Flame Wave. So I end up leading with the Engulfing Flame Wave. Does that make sense? Maybe leading with the Arsenal card was better. Just so that the Engulfing Flame Wave can hit better cards with its ability. Actually, I'm not so sure about this one. Why did I lead with this again? Interesting. But yeah, just another standard weapon swing. Then we're going to have the Arsenal card in. Then we get a Phoenix Flame hit in, and based on their blocks, we can either attack the dragon with the Phoenix Flame, or we can just hit their face and kill them. And we also have Breaking Point to kill their arsenal in case they survive this turn. So I'm still confused about the sequencing actually. But okay. We see them block with their last card in hand, go down to 5 after the Phoenix Flame, go down to 0 after the Breaking Point, and that's the game. So I think this this fight deck is generally pretty strong. I think a lot of fight decks will be pretty strong. I didn't find many Phoenix Flame synergies, but honestly they're not that necessary in Fi. Like the Engulfing Flame Waves were a great addition to this deck, for example. Also, obviously you do need some extra blues to make sure to be able to pay for that. But if you do, that's also a great build rather than just I make huge chain links kind of build. But overall, it was a pretty good deck. Decent amount of starters, decent amount of middles. Not an awful lot of finishers, but you don't really need that. Like the on hit of Engulfing Flame Wave also almost counts as a finisher, right? It does have, it's like an extra payoff. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once this tool comes out for public, I'll definitely make another video with it. It's a great tool. Importing it into Tabletop Simulator was super easy. There's still a couple of like bugs and interface things. So like, for example, that it counted the equipments as part of the 30 cards. I could have known that myself, but it would have been nice to have the interface a little bit better. But obviously it's still a beta, so I'm looking forward to see that come to fruition and testing a lot more with it. Either way, thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you guys next time.